Hey everyone, it's Judy Heaney at Balance Pilates and Yoga Studio in Cape May, New Jersey, and today I'm talking about forward folding. So back in the day when I first approached yoga and started learning about it and teaching it, forward fold looked like this from a standing position. Arms reach out, we lift and we arch the back, and then we exhale and we swan dive down with poker straight legs and release here. And then we come back up the same way we came down. We sweep the arms out, we lift the head, we arch the back, we come all the way up here, and then exhale, come back down. There are several problems with this that I have learned over the years. One is that when we sweep the arms out, we don't connect in here. It's usually just kind of, sorry, but this is true. It's mindless. It's here, the arms are moving, we're not thinking about the center of the body, we're just moving the arms. And you usually get into a big back bend, which means that you're shortening the back and you're spilling out the energy of the front. And there's no strength here. It's almost like you're relying on the flexibility of your body just only. You're not creating strength. When you fold forward and you come to about here, all of this weight of your heavy head and your rib cage and your spine is being supported by maybe this area, but it's a strain, it's not a strengthening thing. And then when you come down here, when you come back out, you're just reversing that and doing the same here. You're compressing and contracting the back line of the body, and you're not really connecting into the front at all. And then you just take it and you make it a little bit worse, and then exhale, hands come back down. So instead of teaching that way, I teach a little bit differently now, which is to ignite the deep core line of fascia. Now we have a superficial front line of fascia and then a back line of fascia, and what the heck is fascia? Let's start there. So fascia is like this saran wrapper kind of thing, and it's throughout your whole body. It's like a network or like a spider web throughout the whole body, and it can be traced like a train or a meridian in like tracks up and down your body. So we have one going up through the front, one going up through the back, then we have one in the middle called the deep core line of fascia. The front line pulls you forward, the back line pulls you back. The deep core line pulls you in and lifts you up. So it comes from the feet up through the inner legs. It connects to the psoas at the tops of your inner thighs. It dives back behind the abdominal wall and internal organs and connects to the front of your spine, right below your diaphragm. And then the diaphragm is part of this deep core line, and it goes up through your throat to the tip of your tongue. So when we press down through the feet and lift through those inner legs, lift through the center of the body, and sometimes we do these lion's breaths, we stick our tongue out, it ignites this deep core line. And why would we want to do that? Because it helps to hug us into the center of our body, which allows the outer part of the body to relax, which means that your shoulders don't have to work so hard. And your arms don't have to work so hard. So instead of trying to lift ourselves from here, we're lifting from here, and everything on the surface can soften. Okay, so to come into a forward fold core strength vinyasa style, we again start with our feet sit bones width, and we soften. We bend the knees. You might even lift the toes up. And then I like you to think about your feet and connecting to the floor through these 3 points on your foot. The big toe mound, the pinky toe mound, and the center of the heel. Right, so on the ball of the foot behind the pinky and the big toe, and then the center of the heel, there's like a triangle. So when you bend your knees, push through those 3 points and lift your toes up. That starts to ignite that deep core line of fascia, and as you draw your toes down, lift through the arch of your foot, lift through the inner legs, lift up through the inner thighs, lift up through the front of your pelvis, feel the low back hug in towards the spine, and then feel it lift all the way up through your heart, all the way up shining through the head, and let the arms just relax for now. Now there's many ways to lift your arms, but there's this external rotation, which I demonstrated earlier, and then there's something we call internal rotation, which is drawing the arm bones inward and then drawing them up. And when we do that, the shoulders set in the sockets a little better. When we do this, you can see how it lifts my shoulders up out of my ears. Now there's nothing wrong with this movement. We want the shoulders to have a full range of motion, but if most of us are already like this, why do we keep initiating that pattern? Because these are already tight. So if we do it like this, we have more space between the ear and the shoulder, and the arms don't work quite as hard, and we're more connected into here. So if I put it together and I bend my knees, press through those 3 points, and then lift up through the legs, through the torso, and then draw my arms up the front line of the body, I feel strong and connected. Like if you came over and tried to push on me, you really couldn't, or if you pressed here, and my abs are ignited. Whereas this, they definitely they were not. They just weren't. So we're here, inhale. Now my hands come together, palms touch, and then I bend my knees and hinge at my hips and fold all the way down to the floor. So I'm in that forward bend position. Now instead of swan diving back out, I'm going to inhale, bend my knees, lift through the feet, lift through the inner legs, reach through my sit bones, and then draw my belly up off of my spine. Draw those arms back up. So it's like an unhinge. I lift through my heart, my head, and then I'm just going to bring my hands back down in front of my heart. So again, I inhale, lift up, exhale, soften down. Inhale. I automatically do this. Rise up to half lift because it just feels good. Belly draws in, I'm reaching through my head. I press down through my feet, I lift up, and I reach out through my sitting bones. Pull that belly in and up like a wave. Exhale, fold it down. I can sweep my hands back, inhale. Rise up, press and lift, reach through the fingers. Exhale, hands come back in front of the heart. So the next time you're doing your forward fold, just play around with it and see how it feels in your body. See if it makes a difference for you. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this helped, and I look forward to seeing you again on the mat soon. Namaste.